Maiden kayak voyage in this beautiful crystal clear lake that's 20 minutes from my house. I'm in a Jackson kayak Kilroy, and it's not my first kayak, but it's my first one in a long time. And I'm gonna see if I can catch some bass. So I've fished the bank here a few times. It's extremely deep, even off the bank. Lots of brush around the bank, lots of cover. I don't think there's much out in the middle. We'll see today. But the only success I've had is a shaky head worm. So and again, I am no bass fisherman or no expert bass fisherman, so I'm probably doing a lot of things wrong right now. I have a drop shot rigged up on my other rod, and we'll give that a try with a little tiny fluke, maybe something bait fish pattern, because other than the shaky head, the only other bass I've caught in here was on the swim bait. We're gonna go explore some more. It's so deep right off the banks, it's hard to get my worm to drop straight down without it penduluming, if that's a word, swinging back towards my kayak. So it's hard really to fish up against the bank. I am thinking about getting a fish finder just for this little lake right here, because it's so hard to figure out. I've fished here a few times now. This is the first time I've filmed. That wasn't good. It's the first time I've filmed just because I've been trying to figure it out. So anyway, I think this is a chomper's shaky head and worm. I don't remember which shaky head it is, but it's all they'd bite yesterday. There has been a storm that's blown in between yesterday morning and this afternoon though. But it's late December, it's I don't know, probably in the high 60s right now. A few days after Christmas. And I can't think of a better way to spend some time off. I guess in hindsight I should have brought my head mount so the camera could look where my face was looking. But it's my first time in a kayak in a long time. First time filming ever in a kayak. So, lesson learned for next time. I'm gonna see if I can find some fishy looking areas. Oh, I guess I'm fishing a shaded bank. Maybe I shouldn't be, but I don't know how well you can pick up the camera over there, but this is the brushier side of the bank. It's a little bit more cleaned up over there. I've walked around the whole thing, but I haven't fished most of this leg that we're on and then that leg over there, because I can't tell if you can walk around it or not. But yeah, hopefully we'll hang a fish here soon. Well, I've switched to my drop shot. Still no fish. And I'm giving this bank a little bit more than I'm going over to the other side. I think I've spent more time unhanging myself from trees and branches than actually having this thing in the water. I have a little tiny fluke on here, kind of a natural color, like a cream belly with a silver glitter flashy back. It's not completely natural, but I've still never seen bait in here. I'm sure there's some bait somewhere, but the fish I have caught in here look healthy, so they're eating something. The constable who patrols the park told me they released, I don't know, a lot of small sunfish in here 5 months ago. So maybe I should be throwing a sunfish pattern. I just don't know. There's supposed to be crappie in here too. And I was kind of biting myself in the butt for not bringing a stringer and a cooler. But I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about it. Looks like maybe an old boat ramp area. Up until, I don't know, a year or two ago, this lake was not open to the public and sat on private property. So a lot of these fish have been in here a long time. The story goes that it used to be a sand pit lake, or a sand pit, and while they were digging, they accidentally hit a spring, an underground spring, and it filled up. So the lake stays cool year round, stays full year round, and apparently the fish are hard to catch year round. Well, I missed another bite right after I turned the camera off the last time. Maybe that's the secret, maybe they're camera shy. Didn't do a very good job of setting the hook. Right where I missed that bite on the drop, on the shaky head. Caught him on the drop shot. This is about like all the other bass I've caught from here. I did lose a big one yesterday, but oh, feels good to catch one. Feels good to catch one. I wish I would have had the camera rolling for the whole thing. Yes! Got the skunk off now. I didn't want it, but I definitely had another bite. That's the other thing, this bank, where it makes this corner over here, it's out of the shade now. It's in the sun, so maybe that's what they're looking for. I guess maybe since this water's so cold, they're trying to warm up. Well, another hour's gone by. Missed one bite. No more fish. Broke off the shaky head. Tried the jig. Went back to a shaky head. You know, there's a bunch of seagulls circling out there, but I don't have any bait fish patterns tied on. It's a long paddle. They're not really hitting the water, they're just sitting on it. Just missed another bite right off the boat on the shaky head. So I threw the drop shot in. See if I can pick it up. There he is. There he is. Worked again. Oh. I had to switch the drop shot out to Chomper's drop shot for him. There he is. Fish number 2, same way I got it last time. Oh, look at that. Look at that. About a cookie cutter from the one we caught earlier. Nothing to write home about, but it sure is fun. That's the second time I've missed it on the shaky head and thrown my drop shot in right after it, and that fish is still there. Oh. Let's see if we can catch another one before I have to get out of here. Big fish jumping over there. Chomper's drop shot worm. Well, we haven't caught a ton of fish, but this is the only way I can figure out how to catch them here. It's like that bass when he bit just grabbed the tail. Oh, that was a terrible cast. I'm just hung up on all sorts of stuff now. Well, YouTube, don't think I'm going to hang into too many more fish. And the wind's starting to pick up, and a lot of people at the park now, but there's one thing I haven't tried, which is to stand. And I haven't been on a kayak in 3 or so years. But we're going to give it a shot. Jackson's come with a handy stand assist strap. I don't know if it's going to do me any good or not. It's pretty stable. The boat's more stable than I am, I can tell you that much. But now I'm catching the wind even more. It's pretty stable. I'm not, but the boat's more stable than I am right now. And the wind's picking up and there's quite a crowd, so I'd rather not fall in front of all these people. But I appreciate everybody who came on this trip with me. Sorry there wasn't a ton of excitement. It was exciting for me. Maiden voyage of the Jackson kayak to Kilroy. So hopefully we'll be able to do this a little bit more often. And thanks for checking out the channel. Please like and subscribe and leave me some comments. Let me know what you think.